Okay, I'm going to do another one from section 7.1. This is number 8. One of the students asked about this one. So the question says actually this problem is going to be pretty much related to what we just discussed a minute ago. If you remember, we said in the last video that if you have a fraction, the only way that fraction can be terminating is that if your denominator only has as its prime factors only 2 or 5. Okay, so if you have any other factor except 2 or 5 in the denominator of that fraction, that cannot be terminating. So the question in number 8 says the following. It says 7 minutes is part of an hour. If 7 minutes were to be expressed as a decimal part of an hour, explain whether it would be a terminating decimal. So as you know, of course, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So therefore, if you have 7 minutes, that will be 7 over 60 of an hour. Now, as you also know, 60 can be written in as prime factorization. As I believe if you prime factorize 60, you get 2 squared times 3 times 5. Remember, 2 squared would be 4. 3 times 5, of course, is 15. And 15 times 4 is 60. So anyway, and you can see, of course, that this denominator has a factor 3, which is, of course, cannot be terminating, because remember we said, well, the only way any fraction is terminating if the denominator only has factors 2 or 5. Now, it does have 2 or 5, but it also has factor 3, so it cannot have that. So therefore, in this case, the answer is not terminating decimal. Okay, so this cannot be terminating because the denominator, which happened to be 60, will have factor 3, okay? Actually, number 11, the last one, I think the last question somebody asked. It says to write each number in each of the following sentences as a decimal. So they're going to give you some words they want for you to write in decimals. This is also related to something we did a minute ago in the other video. So let me just do that one also, and then we'll shut it down for this problem on number 11. So number 11 says the following. It says write the numbers in each of the following sentences as a decimal. So part A says a mite has body length of about 14,000th of an inch. So 14,000th, remember that will be 0.014. Now why? Because that 4 sits in a thousandth place. So you read that as 14,000th because the position of its last digit 4, okay? Now for 11B, it says, again in words, it says, the earth orbits the sun once every 365 and 2400th days. So 365, so I'll be 365. When it says and, remember, that means that's a decimal point. And then 2400th, which means the 4 is in 100th place. So you write the number 24, and since 4 is in 100th place, it will just be 0.24. Okay, I hope that helps. Talk to you all soon.